Hey, Simon Lovell here, founder of Picklepreneurs, and I'm going to go through 10 very important success principles if you want to maximize your growth as a pickleball coach, particularly in the business aspect. And I want to set something straight here, which is I've been having a lot of conversations recently, and people think that pickleball coaching is just like a side hustle, make a little bit of money on the side. This is a certain mindset. In fact, you can do really well as a pickleball coach without a club, just renting courts if you understand the business aspects. But without these top principles and these success principles, you're going to struggle. And what are they? Now, just understand that you can develop these. All of these can be developed. A lot of people have these already built in within them. But if you can develop most of these, you're going to increase your chances of success. Number one, which is your own confidence, the confidence that you have, which actually just comes from getting dirty, being in the trenches, doing the work. When you first start anything, you're going to have fears, probably imposter syndrome. You've not done it before. And the fact that you've not done it before isn't a reason not to do it, right? Like just getting that first client or working with those initial people. So building confidence actually comes from you doing the work and going into the stage of courage. It's scary to do stuff. It's scary to put yourself out there on social media. It's scary, right? But once you make those steps, when you're on the other side of it, you suddenly realize that it's okay. People do love to work with you. People want to work with you more, and just using that passion for pickleball is probably one of the most important things. But the personal development side of it is as important as the strategic business side of it, which brings me on to number two, which is learning and personal growth. So if you want to be really successful as a pickleball coach, you're going to need to have the mindset of continuous learning in multiple areas. That means on your own level of self awareness, that means on your own reactions to situations, right? Be it sales, be it marketing, but also being willing to learn about how to create an ascension model, learning how to sell, learning how to structure a piece of copy so that you write something on social media versus copying what other people do that actually stays stuck. So if you're willing to put in the hours, you're going to be successful, because what happens is you learn that thing and then you action it. Okay, so you read an article, you watch a training, you learn something new about Instagram or meta ads, and you go, oh, okay, I can do that. I implement it, I learn, I fail, I keep on failing. That also brings me on to another topic, which is you're going to have the mindset of continuous failing, because you only get feedback from failing forward. And as Ed Sheeran says, all right, nobody likes to talk about the failures. Most people like to talk about the successes, but in order to get the successes, you have to fail. Okay. He has another quote, which is, in order to get the hit songs out, I had to get the shit songs out. Now, we've all been through our pickleball journey, right? Going to those first games, open play, and getting better. And it's through those repetitions, actually, from learning, that you're going to grow. So always be working on your personal growth and the business side together versus just one or the other. The next one, which is innovation. So challenge right now in the fitness, in the pickleball fitness space or the pickleball space, is that people are copying each other's outdated strategies. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I have a frustration with flyers, right? 50 bits of information, 20 sponsors on one graphic. And where do people adopt this from? It's just an outdated marketing strategy, and everyone's doing it, and it's terrible, right? It might work to an extent, but we need to innovate. We need to try new things. And pickleball business right now is pretty much in the early stages, because people don't know what's possible, a lot of people, but it's starting to get better. So you being willing to try new things and, yes, implement existing systems is important, which I'll talk about next, but using your own creativity and trusting yourself to innovate is also a big part of growth. Number five, which is following systems. So as well as that innovation, uh, following a system that works, right? So, for example, I have a client. She came to me 5 months ago. She was brand new into pickleball, and I had her follow steps and now she has a system that she's working from. Okay, and she's been able to build a community of, 300-400 people now, and she's done that through following steps because I gave her those steps and actually brought them from the fitness industry, of which I worked for a long period of time. So there are ineffective systems. I'll give you one, right? Putting emails into a spreadsheet versus using a CRM where you can email those people out. Okay, so there is a system, but there's a ineffective system which is slow, or a more effective system that's fast. It's in sales, which I'll come on to next. You could have a system which you are doing with sales, and maybe that gets you paid little, or a system which gets you paid more based on a different framework. So just understand that, most of the time, actually, certifications do not teach business systems, but those that do, in the fitness industry, as an example, right? A lot of them are, go and put your business cards out there, do one to one, and that's okay, but it doesn't leverage people's time if they want to grow a scalable business. Which brings me on to number 6 about sales. If you are going to not work for somebody else, okay, and this is what happens, a lot of people go and they work for someone else in the pickleball space, and they have that entrepreneurial spirit, and they realize that they can actually make a lot more money if they go out on their own. You're going to need to be able to want to sell yourself and sell your services. It's not enough for you to sit back and just wait for people to come to you and say, hey, I want to pay you X amount, right? You've got to go out there. You've got to put yourself out there. And then if a prospect comes to you, you've got to know how to sell that and do it in a way which feels good to you. You can totally do that. You don't have to be salesy and it to be hard sales. I believe in conscious enrollment, but you do need to be willing to sit down sometimes or talk to somebody, have a conversation, and know how to transit into asking to be paid. And that's a skill that you developed. I've made millions over the years in my businesses, and I didn't have sales skills. And when I learned sales skills, okay, that changed my life. It helped me move to America, right? Especially when I started to value myself. I can remember a time when I struggled to sell something for $100 because I didn't think I was worth it. And over the years, I've sold stuff for, $50,000, $30,000, more. But I have the value to give, but it's also, you can't give that value, you can't receive that money if you don't value what you do. And there can be a certain mindset that people go into with pickleball that, oh, it has to be this way, and one being, I need to charge less for bigger groups, stuff like that. And these are just limited mindsets that stop people from growing a business. The next one, which is marketing. Now, marketing is multifaceted in so many different areas, but marketing is really about you putting yourself out there and saying things to get people interested in what you have, right? Whether that's talking to a beginner or a female demographic in your pickleball business, whether that's working with seniors, whether that's a demographic of, for example, I don't drink. And so if people marketed to me saying, hey, come Friday night, we've got a group and these are non-drinkers, that's going to appeal to me. So, that is important. Marketing skills, most of the time with most people, they need to be developed. A lot of people, for example, struggle to put their face even on social media. And they have pickleballs as their profile pictures. That's one change that I make with people. Then getting on camera, that's scary. That goes back to number one, confidence, right? So uh, this also ties back into the learning marketing, learning new things, and separating yourself from other people with you as a person. What other things do you like? I love my dog, and my dog is in a lot of my Instagram, right? A personal brand is about you and all sides of you, not just pickleball. And that's what is going to attract you, as well as the pickleball, as well as the fact that you love it. But marketing is really about writing, it's about video, it's about persuasion, it's about inspiring people to take an action, and that doesn't have to be heavy. It can feel good to you. Number 8, which is a positive attitude. Now, let's be honest, all right? Business, entrepreneurship, it's not easy. There's days of darkness, there's days of sadness, there's days of frustration. You're going to have situations where you do take on clients and you regret those decisions and you have to make difficult decisions. It's emotional. So developing that emotional intelligence is important, but also having people like coaches, people that can support you so that they can keep you on that positive track when things are a struggle is very, very important because you need to stay up. Now, pickleball helps that a lot of the time. Oftentimes when I'm stressed out, I go play pickleball and I feel better, but not being super skeptical as an example, right? Thinking what's the best that can happen, thinking about positive scenarios, and continuing to surround yourself with people, coaches, mentors, guides that can keep you on that track. Number nine, and this is key if you want a scalable business to get to the next level, which is an investment mindset. You investing money so that you can make more and not withholding, not holding back, and trusting in that. And you're going, over the years, you're going to make decisions, okay, which you learn from, but you need to make those investment decisions. This may be in, for example, renting courts on a small scale. It may be in investing in ads, right? Spending money on advertising. It may be investing in coaches and mentors. It may be investing in your business for merchandise. Investing your time is another one. It's not just financial, it's also with your time. Okay. So if you don't have that mindset of investment, you will stay within a limited range of really your own mind. And it's when we start to invest that suddenly we go, oh, now because I've invested in myself, I'm willing also for people to invest in me, and like attracts like. Okay. And number 10, and this is just my own personal journey, honestly, and also that of my clients, which is being coachable, right? If you're not coachable, you will struggle to get to the next level because our own mind keeps us locked in a pattern and we stay stuck and we stay small. But if you can find yourself a coach, right? If you can get guidance through the steps, through the elements that you struggle with to develop your skills, and you are in those conversations or on those calls and you listen and you take action, that means that you're coachable. And you're not combative and you don't challenge everything, which is really a form of self-sabotage in a way. What you will notice that starts to happen is you will start to see yourself skyrocket because you learn, you grow, you adapt, you change, you pivot. Pivoting is very important. And then you start to have the breakthroughs financially, the breakthroughs personally as a person. And then you become somebody that people want to not just work with, but continue to work with. All right. So all of these elements, confidence, learning and personal growth, uh, client focus. I also missed out on one, I think, here. Innovation, following systems, sales, marketing, positive attitude, investment mindset, coachable, are all success principles of pickleball coaches who don't just want to stay playing small, but really want to do great things in this space. Now, if you are somebody that wants to reach out, you can click the link in the description. You can schedule a call. You can also come into my community. And I'm committed to helping pickleball coaches really break through and implement an amazing business model that gives them the freedom. And if you are all in, if you are somebody that's saying, do you know what? Just give me the information, just give me the skills, just give me the knowledge, hold me accountable, right? And let's go. Then click those links in the description. But irrespective from this training, think about an action that you need to take in order to break yourself through to the next level. If you're not already a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. Also, post a comment if you have a question around one of these, and definitely post in a comment around which one of these you know that you need to focus on most because this is a weak area for you that you want to turn into a strength. And I'll see you on another